thread, it said, take your camera and put it in the freezer, and that should solve your problem. And so I was like, okay, I've tried literally everything under the sun to fix this camera. Why not put it in the freezer? Why not? The lighting's a little bit off today. The picture's a little bit off today. But you know what? Here at the Crybaby Cinema Podcast, we adapt and overcome our challenges, okay? And we will persevere. 3, 2, 1, go! Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Crybaby Cinema Podcast. And I know what you're thinking. Who is this person? Who are you? I've never seen you before. You're a total stranger. What did you do with our host, Cassie? Where is she? Guys, relax. Okay. It's not that serious. You know Superman, right? Let me show you a little trick. Okay, watch closely, guys. Watch closely. I know, right? Oh my God, it's me, your host, Cassie. Yes, my appearance has changed. I know, it's crazy. Guys, I got new glasses. Aren't they cute? I love them so much. They have a nice little blue light filter on them. So when I'm like hunched over like a gremlin editing videos from dusk until dawn, and when I'm watching like my 38th film of the evening, I'll be able to preserve my vision. I hope everyone has had an amazing month. I know it's been a while since I uploaded an episode, but guys, it's for a good reason. For those of you who may not have known, my camera that I use to record the podcast needed to be sent in for repair. Yikes. Okay, so this is what happened. I tried to record this episode like 3 times and each time I had problems. So I was in the middle of recording this episode of the podcast and I couldn't even get through my introduction because my camera started turning off. I'd start the camera and I'd start recording and I wouldn't even be able to get 30 seconds in before the camera turned itself off. And once it turned itself off, it started looping, turning itself off, turning itself back on, turning itself off, turning itself back on. And I didn't know how to really fix it. This is going to sound crazy. But I tried everything to get my camera to work. And I stumbled across a Reddit thread. And in the Reddit thread, it said, I know this sounds weird, but like, take your camera and put it in the freezer, and that should solve your problem. And so I was like, okay, I've tried literally everything under the sun to fix this camera. Why not put it in the freezer? Why not? I was at the point where if they told me to take my camera and rub mayonnaise on it, I would do it if I thought it might fix the problem. But anyway, so I put the camera in the freezer, took it out, and it was working, but only for a short bit of time. Long story short, I had to send it in. And then when I got a phone call back from the repair guy, he said, yeah, so the internal components of your camera are completely cooked, like completely fried. This camera looks like it worked at a freaking Wendy's every day for the last 30 years. The insides completely like char. And the crazy thing is, I used the same camera to record episode 2 of the podcast. And when I was recording it, I went to end the recording and my camera was hot. And the thing with my camera is it's supposed to shut off when it gets to a certain temperature to prevent overheating. Something went wrong with whatever mechanism reads the temperature inside the camera because it did not shut off. And I think that's what did it. I really think that's what did it. But now I'm getting a new camera. It's all good. So if this episode looks a little different, I'm using my webcam that I typically use when I'm streaming on Twitch. It's still a pretty nice webcam. It's just not what I'm used to for these YouTube videos, guys. The lighting's a little bit off today. The picture's a little bit off today. But you know what? Here at the Crybaby Cinema Podcast, we adapt and overcome our challenges, okay? And we will persevere. So, since I had to send my camera in and my camera was broken and it really bummed me out, it took me a while to get around to setting up to film the podcast again, considering my past 3 attempts didn't work out. So in the time while I was waiting, I have picked up an addiction. I promise it's nothing harmful. It's not like I suddenly got addicted to drugs. I got addicted to coloring books. Crazy. I'm so crazy. The current coloring book that I'm super obsessed with is this Silly Crimes coloring book. Focus, camera, focus. Focus on me, focus on the book. So the current coloring book that I'm making my way through is called Silly Crimes. And listen, this book is so cute. My mom got it for me. And I have been loving every second of it. As you can see, I have done so many pages already. I'm going to show a couple pages off to you because I'm really proud of my work. Because this is a movie themed podcast, I have to show you one of my pages that is based off of a horror movie. So this particular coloring page is called We All Game Down Here. If you couldn't already tell, that's a reference to the movie It. In that movie, Pennywise lures little Georgie into the sewer and then he eats him. It's very, very traumatizing. I used a combination of alcohol markers and glitter pens and gel pens on this piece. If I shift the page a little, I wonder if you guys can see the effect of the glitter pens. I used them on the water and on the bushes over here to kind of make it look like it was raining. I had to make the cat in the sewer playing Pennywise. I had to make him an orange cat as a little cameo from my cat Dutton, because my cat Dutton is also an orange cat. And I couldn't not include him somehow in my coloring book. I'm only going to show you 3 of them. Okay, because I've colored so many in this book that we'd be here all day if I was going to show you every single page I've ever colored. Ooh, this one's really cute. What's this one called? All right, guys, for our next one, this page is titled Abracadabra instead of abracadabra, get it? You can see that I used some glitter pens on here. I used some alcohol markers. I also used some acrylic markers on this particular page. I tried to make each animal look unique and different. I really like that I included the cute little pastel rabbits on the bottom. I just think it was really nice to add a different pop of color. In this particular page, I actually used a lot of neutrals and a lot of primary colors. So I thought adding something pastel would break it up a little bit, add a little bit of pizzazz, add a little bit of variety. In general, I really like the texture that I did on this page on the grass. I might insert a picture to zoom in on that particular aspect because I think I slayed. I think I did a really good job adding different textures to this coloring page. I have a little gravelly moment on the sidewalk. I have a little grass moment in, the grass. I tried to add moss and stuff in between the bricks on the wall just to add little details, make it look a little bit more realistic. All right, let me pick one more page. I'm going to pick one more page to show you. Like I said, I've done so many, and I'm thinking of posting some pictures of my favorite coloring pages over on my Instagram page. So if you're interested, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I might just post more of these. All right, this one is called Love Kills. And look at the sky. I tried to do a gradient in the sky with purple, orange, pink, and yellow. I think I did a really good job. And then I went in and tried to make the sky look sparkly with some glitter pens. I don't know if you could tell. I'm trying to shift the page so you guys can see the glitter. I tried to use some glitter pens and white gel pen to make it look like little stars or sparkles in the sky. I really like the effect that I did on the clouds, actually, because don't they look just shiny and glossy? Also, I used glitter pens on the wings and also on Cupid's arrow and also on the bow. I think I did so good. On this page, I used a lot of warm colors like oranges and reds and pinks and like these deep, like kind of orangey browns. I tried to contrast it by using a really bright green on the trees and on the bushes and then on the grass, and then using pastel colors over in the bush on the flowers. I think I did a really good job though, don't you think? Just to give you guys some perspective, when I first started doing these coloring pages, I had never used alcohol markers before, and I got them for Christmas for my mom, and she gave me this book actually. So this is like my first coloring book that I got from my mom for Christmas, and ever since Christmas I have colored, let's count how many pages I've colored. All right, so the master total is I have colored 17 pages in this. And this is just one of the books. I have other coloring books. No one warned me for the fact that coloring books would literally turn into an addiction. It is a slippery slope, let me tell you. I started out with just the one coloring book and a thing of alcohol markers and a thing of white gel pens. Then I was like ripping through so many pages in a day. So I started following these people on Instagram that also do coloring pages. And I was like, ooh, they're posting all their coloring tips and tricks. And then I was watching people post their finished pages and I got more art supplies. I got acrylic pens, okay? So that was the next upgrade to my coloring kit, right? And I was doing the acrylic pens. I was making pretty flowers. I was making pretty like neon effects. I was doing so many cool things with the freaking acrylic pens. And then because my algorithm has picked up that I'm like really into coloring, I started stumbling down this rabbit hole of these super ultra crazy glitter pens, like glitter pens that shine like strobe lights, glitter pens that shine like a beacon in the sky. That's how shiny and glittery they were, okay? So I made it my life's mission to go on Amazon and try to find the most budget friendly, but also severely blinding glitter pens, and I found some amazing glitter pens. So what started as just a coloring book with a pack of markers has turned into a coloring book, a pack of markers, a pack of acrylic paint pens, a freaking 72 count, I'm not kidding, a freaking 72 count glitter pen set in its own zip up case. And that's not all. Dutton just woke up. Dutton just woke up from his nap. So my mom has picked up on the fact that I like coloring books so much that she got me this coloring book that teaches you how to draw specific patterns and do specific techniques. So I have that. And then she also got me another coloring book that is all vegetable themed. It's like little vegetables hanging out in the garden, little vegetables like spending time at the beach. It's such a cute coloring book. I will link all the coloring books that I'm obsessed with in the description in case you guys want to check it out. But yeah, maybe I'll post some pictures of my coloring book creations so that you guys can like tell me how good they look. So since I've been so bummed out about the camera, I've just been trying to distract myself. And I have gotten obsessed with Slime Rancher. Are there any gamers in the chat? Gamers, have y'all played Slime Rancher? Slime Rancher is potentially one of the most addicting games ever. Sorry, my cat just scared me, y'all. My cat just scared me. Dutton, why would you scare me? Why would you do that? Everyone say hello to my son. He's back! Dutton, you distracted me. I don't remember what I was talking about. For those of you who don't know what Slime Rancher is, the premise is very simple. You are on an alien planet and you inherited a farm. And on that farm, there are slime. So you have this vacuum gun. You go around and you suck up the slime, you put them in corrals, you feed them, and you sell their poop. It's that simple. But there's also like a little bit of a story, and there's lots of exploration, lots of treasure chests, lots of fun things to do in the wild. And you get to discover new species of slimes in each biome. It's really fun. It's really intense. And the slimes are just so freaking cute, and you can make slime hybrids. It's adorable. So me and my husband have been playing a bunch of Slime Rancher 2. Okay, we've been playing the second one because I already played a lot of the first one. And when my husband's not here and I'm not playing Slime Rancher, I'm playing Zoo Tycoon. You know, that game where you can like, you know, build a profitable zoo empire. Your park is nice and busy, and then you just take the, you know, fence off of the lion's chamber, and then they jump out and maul people and eat them. But guys, as you can tell, I'm totally not avoiding my responsibilities. I'm totally not avoiding them and just playing Slime Rancher and Zoo Tycoon instead. Me, never. I would never do that. I'm so responsible. Dutton's judging me. He's like, girl, what? I've literally been seeing you do the exact opposite of that. Dutton, do you hear that? What is that? What is that noise?
The ominous skull of truth.
Yes, it's me, Ominous, and in this segment I will provide 3 questions from my brain. These questions are from film lovers in every world, galaxy, and timeline that want to know what the Crybaby Cinema Podcast thinks. Also, don't ask how it works, I'm dead. It's just one of those things that, you know, can't be explained. Let's answer your questions now.
Wow, Ominous, I always thought you were kind of shy. You're like so talkative today.
Are you gonna answer the questions or what, lady? I'm on a schedule. I have lots of different realities to go to.
Sorry, Ominous, I didn't realize you were so busy. All right, question number 1. All right, the question is, you wake up inside the last movie you watched. How's it going? So actually, for once, the last movie I watched wasn't a horror film. The last movie I watched was actually Detective Pikachu. My answer to this question would be, it would depend on what point of the movie, like, I spawned in at when I woke up in that movie. Let's say I woke up and it was the beginning of the movie and it was all like, ooh, these Pokemon are so cute and so useful. Oh, look at this guy playing fetch with his Eevee or something. I feel like things would be pretty chill. But if I woke up in the middle of the movie or in the like the very climax of the movie where like the purple gas is taking over, it's turning freaking Pokemon feral, they're eating people in the streets, then I think it would not be really a good time. You know what I mean? I think that would be very much a bad trip, some would say. Like, I prefer to have cute Pikachu versus ankle biter Pikachu. You know? But I think overall the film is pretty funny and pretty chill and pretty cute. So I'm gonna have to say I'm having a really good time. Yeah, I'm having a good time. Me and Pikachu are freaking sitting playing the GameCube. Psyduck is there. He's doing a spa retreat, you know? No complaints really from me, except that like occasionally the Pokemon do drugs and then try to eat people. Anyway, let's pick another question, Ominous. Name a movie pet peeve. I like this question. Okay, I have a very highly specific one. So this can be applied to TV shows as well. So you ever watch a movie or a show And it starts out with a character getting ready for school or getting ready for work or something. They rush downstairs and they sit down to eat a delicious breakfast that their mother or wife so lovingly prepared for them. It's got everything. It's got eggs, toast, bacon, cereal, French toast, pancakes, waffles, fresh squeezed orange juice. Fuck it. Mimosas, fresh picked fruit, you know? It's literally just the most delicious breakfast you'd ever seen in your entire life. The kid runs down the stairs, sits down at the table, is talking with his family. What's that I hear? Beep, beep. The school bus is here. Then the kid takes one bite of toast or one bite of egg or something and then goes, sorry guys, I gotta go. I don't have time for breakfast, and runs out the door without eating anything at all. Not a sip of juice, nothing. All I'm saying is, if I was the mom, I'd be real mad. Because when you put it in perspective, for the mom to have that entire breakfast ready by like 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock or when do kids go to school? For the mom to have that entire breakfast ready for right before when the kids go to school, I would have to think that she would have to wake up really freaking early at like 5 in the morning or something. Because also I'm taking into account the mom or the wife is usually dressed for the day when the scene is taking place in the movie or show, right? So I'm like, okay, she had to wake up. She had to hop in the shower. She had to get dressed, do her makeup, go downstairs, make a laborsome breakfast, and then her ungrateful son and or husband comes down the stairs, takes one bite of toast, and then leaves? I did say before I said this one that it would be very niche, very specific. All right, let's move on to our last question. All right, Ominous, give us a good question, will ya? Okay, a horror movie creature becomes your emotional support animal. What do you pick? Oh, geez. So the thing is, I watch a lot of movies. I watch a lot of creature features as well, but for some reason when this question popped up, I suddenly forgot every horror movie that ever had a weird creature in it, ever. Like at this point, I'm grabbing at straws in my brain where I'm like, I don't know, is a tornado from the movie Twister a creature? Imagine taming a tornado. I think if I had to pick one creature to be my emotional support animal, I would pick a freaking graboid from Tremors. Those things are freaking terrifying. I feel like if I was able to tame a graboid, no one would mess with me ever. Those things can take down houses. They're very scary, you know? But at the same time, okay, I would argue that before the graboids grow wings and then they have those explosive farts that cause them to fly, that they'd be pretty chill animals to contain, you know? All right, Ominous, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast today. It's always a pleasure. I don't want to keep you because I know you have so many different worlds and so many different realities to, you know, visit. But hopefully next time you're in the Crybaby Cinema Podcast realm, you'll also stop by again. All right, guys, now that we've kind of settled in and we did a couple fun things, let's dive into our main topic of the episode today, which is, what's the big deal with Criterion movies? Are they for film snobs? So around the time I was doing my research for this episode, there's been some breaking Criterion news. K-pop Demon Hunters will be entering the lineup and the internet is divided. So according to an article by Variety, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein and K-pop Demon Hunters have been added to the Criterion Collection. The two Netflix releases are among the most acclaimed and most streamed films of 2025. K-pop Demon Hunters was a viral smash when it was released on Netflix last summer, eventually becoming the most popular film on the streaming service. So the Criterion Collection prides themselves on preserving film, and they preserve movies from over the globe. They also restore films that would normally kind of be lost to time, really. Films that were shot on original, film spools. They also provide special features that would deepen the appreciation for the film. Here is their mission statement straight from the Criterion website. Since 1984, the Criterion Collection has been dedicated to publishing important classic and contemporary films from around the world in editions that offer the highest technical quality and award-winning original supplements. No matter the medium, from Laserdisc to DVD to Blu-ray to 4K Ultra HD to streaming, Criterion has maintained its pioneering commitment to presenting each film as its maker would want it seen, in state-of-the-art restorations with special features designed to encourage repeated watching and deepen the viewer's appreciation of the film. And again, this is from Criterion.com. And I know what you guys are probably thinking. What the hell is a Laserdisc? So, I have heard the term Laserdisc before, but I never actually really knew what they were. So I did some research online, and this is just a summary of the things that I found about Laserdiscs. So before we had DVDs, we had Laserdiscs, and they were sold kind of around the late 1970s going into the 80s. These discs were kind of about the size of a vinyl record, so they were fairly large. And for the time period, I guess Laserdiscs did have better audio and visual quality. However, there's a lot of reasons why they didn't really take off. At least not here in America. I guess they were a hit over in Asia, I guess. The discs themselves could only hold roughly 30 to 60 minutes of footage on each side, so you constantly had to flip the discs. So when I heard that, I started imagining how annoying that would be. And then that got me thinking, imagine if they released the Lord of the Rings extended editions on Laserdisc. You would have to flip that disc 7 times. That's crazy. Although there's a huge community of people who support the Criterion Collection, show off their hauls, and participate in online discussions about their favorite films, there's also another side to it all. I've seen some criticism about the Criterion Collection in online spaces like Instagram, Threads, Reddit, all over really. People have said many things, but the overall opinion is that the movies in this collection are for snobby film elitists, and all the movies are artsy and unheard of. I have also seen other criticism surrounding the Criterion Collection, specifically around the release of K-pop Demon Hunters, saying that it doesn't belong in the collection next to titles such as After Hours, The Vanishing, Blue Velvet, and more. So to summarize, all the girls are fighting on all sides. You have your film snobs who think it's insulting to add animated films to a collection that also features art house films from around the world. And then you have the other side that's like, it's not that deep, bro. So, being a person that loves film, I've actually been trying to watch all of David Lynch's films. He's one of my favorite directors of all time. I've loved almost everything that he has created. People who know me know that I will talk endlessly about Twin Peaks, Eraserhead, Mulholland Drive, which are just a few of his more well-known movies. Some of his other films have been a bit more difficult to find. Not every streaming service has them. So I turned to my local library, which coincidentally had most of them on the shelf, and I must have won the lottery or something because most of them were Criterion copies. Ooh, fancy! So the first Criterion I actually watched was Eraserhead, and funny enough, I had seen Eraserhead, I believe on HBO. They had it on their platform. And when I watched it, I was like, oh, what a beautiful film. It's gorge. She's beautiful. She's stunning. As soon as I put the disc in and the DVD menu screen popped up, my jaw dropped because that movie looked so good. Like, just the quality of the picture was so good. So Eraserhead came out in 1977. So for a movie that came out in 1977, it looked stunning on the Criterion. It looked stunning. And I thoroughly enjoyed watching every minute of it. And I had seen Eraserhead before. is not sponsored by the Criterion Collection, although I wish it was. I'm such a small creator that would never notice me, but I'm gonna say it. The Criterion quality was superior. It was superior to the streaming, which makes sense because it was like on a disc, you know. I didn't have to wait for buffer or lag or downgrading quality just to, you know, be able to watch the movie through a streaming service. I had the actual copy. It became very clear to me that a lot of care and a lot of intention was put into restoring this movie. And you know, when I first watched it, it felt like that scene in Everything Everywhere All at Once where the main character is in the tax office and everything is just rushing to her and flooding to her, and it's almost like she opened her freaking third eye. That's how it felt watching my first Criterion film, because it was just that stunning. So obviously my opinion is that the Criterion films are awesome. Just to address some of the complaints I've seen online, some people out there are saying that the only movies in the collection are snobby art house films for film snobs, and there's nothing in the collection that you could have possibly ever seen or heard of. So with that said, I went to the Criterion website and looked myself, okay? So I did my own research and compiled a list of movies, but they're pretty obscure. You might not have heard of them before. And the list goes as follows. Anora, The Breakfast Club, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, The Princess Bride, Thelma and Louise, Wall-E, The Wiz, Night of the Living Dead, Parasite, Silence of the Lambs, Pan's Labyrinth, and I don't think I need to even read any more titles. I have more, but I don't think I need to read them. I'm willing to bet that you have at least heard the title of one of those films before. And if you haven't, this is a very good list of just classic movies that I think anybody should really watch. And it's a bunch of different genres. There's a little bit of something in there for everybody. If you're not a huge film nerd yet and you don't know exactly what genre you like, this is a nice mix. So I would say start here. I bet you thought I was gonna say something mean. No, I'm gonna be nice, I guess. I do wish they had more animated titles in the collection, and I know that they have been slowly adding more to the collection, but as for the release of K-pop Demon Hunters, this is actually really exciting because not only are we adding to a collection in which I feel they need to add more films to, they are also adding a film to the collection that never received a physical release. I know the last episode we talked a lot about how streaming can be problematic, especially with things going on in the world, with how predatory advertisement can be, with how greedy some of these companies can be, and a tool that was originally used to be super accessible is now super expensive and doing some really predatory things. With that said, a film, when it's released on streaming services, doesn't really have longevity because there is no physical copy. It could easily just be ripped from the streaming service and you never see or hear of it again. So the release of K-pop Demon Hunters should actually be a win for everybody, because we are preserving K-pop Demon Hunters on a disc, a physical copy. It can't just disappear forever. You know what I'm saying? In the eyes of film preservation, this is huge. A physical release of this movie also makes it accessible to people who may not be able to afford streaming services. Yes, the Criterion Collection movies are a little bit pricey. However, like I mentioned earlier, I'm finding these copies in local libraries available for the public to use, for anybody to use, as long as you have a library card. I think everyone has the right to have a good cinematic experience, not just because everyone deserves quality entertainment, but through movies and through trends in movies and through the types of movies that have been created over time, we get to see us kind of like a glimpse into history, into what were the priorities and values of the people in like the 1920s, the 1930s, the early 2000s, the 90s, things that have happened in our culture, like big historical events, and how it influenced filmmaking and how it influenced the entertainment that we watch and the entertainment that we consume and buy. I can go down a rabbit hole, but I'm not going to, because it's going to bring us completely off track. Maybe that's for another podcast episode, another time, another place, another in the distant future or something. I could do a podcast episode on it, but all I'm trying to say is it's not just about entertainment, it's about learning, and it's about critical thinking. Like, you wouldn't want to jump off a cliff just on a whim, right? You might want to watch a movie of someone doing that first. Speaking of libraries, my library is part of a interconnected library system. So even if my library doesn't have a Criterion copy of a film that I've been wanting to check out or wanting to watch, another library in the area might have it, and they will just send it to my library. I'm gonna preach. Check your local library, especially if you are a film lover. Even if you're not a film lover, first of all, that's crazy that you're here. Second of all, if you're not a film lover, you're like, oh, I hate movies. Well, maybe like books or puzzles or something, because the library's got that too. So these Criterion movies, if you were gonna buy them yourself, they are low pricey. They are about $40 to $50 each. And I know that that's a lot. However, they do run these sales sometimes through Barnes & Nobles and on their website, where you can get them for 50% off, which is an amazing deal. So I would highly suggest looking out for a sale before you do some purchases. Also do some research on what movies you would like to buy. You're probably asking yourself, who are these movies made for? Well, these movies are aimed at people who love to collect fancy editions of their favorite movies, and also people who want a more premium experience. They're definitely an investment. And if you're curious about these movies, like I said, check your local library and see if they have them. That way you can know if it's something that interests you, if you want to maybe like start your own Criterion collection. Or you can just say, nah, I'm not buying the Criterion. I'm just gonna go thrifting. I also found copies of Criterion movies at my local thrift store as well. So they're much cheaper when they end up at the thrift. But yeah, like I said, you don't need to have the Criterion copy to be like a true film lover. You know, if you have a favorite movie and you watch that movie and you love that movie, you love to talk about that movie and you think about that movie all the time, I would say see if they have a Criterion. It would totally be worth it. So you're probably wondering why these films are so expensive. I already did talk about the really amazing picture quality that they have, but let's talk about some of the other things that are included in these fancy editions. So there's a lot of care that goes into the process of not only deciding what film gets the Criterion treatment, but also the production of these movies. So here is a quote from Criterion.com that explains the process that a movie goes through when they're getting the Criterion treatment. Each film has a producer who oversees the entire process, from restoration to supplemental features to packaging. The producer researches available materials, conceives original supplements, and decides what features will truly add value to the appreciation of the film. We are fortunate enough to work with many great film directors, cinematographers, actors, scholars, and critics. We do not let market factors or arbitrary numbers of supplements determine our inclusion decisions, but make them on a case-by-case basis with the aim of enhancing the viewer's experience of a particular film. Again, that's from Criterion.com. So, knowing the amount of work that goes into making these films, it takes a long time to bring your favorite films to the collection. And this isn't even talking about all the loopholes you need to jump through to get licensing for the material to be able to even reproduce it. I actually recently watched a YouTube video about the process that Criterion goes through to restore film. The name of the channel is escaping me, but I will put it in the description. In the YouTube video, they were talking about how they were restoring the film Foreign Correspondent. So in the video, they talk about how they were lucky to be able to get the chance to restore this film because it was stored in such good conditions that the film had not fully degraded yet. So the process kind of goes something like this. They said that they take those film reels, they scan them in, and then they have a person go through and manually color correct and also remove film damage. So the reason they're going through and they're restoring these things and they are enhancing the picture, changing the color, is because over time film degrades, and when film degrades, more light's able to get through. You start to notice scratches, you start to notice discoloration, things like that, and they just want to restore it to bring it to the quality in which that director would have wanted their work to be seen. And as I was watching this, they were in the middle of restoring parts of the film, and you could see that they've actually highlighted all of the film damage in blue, so you can see just how much work that they went through to remove the damage from the film to fully restore it. So this video that I'm talking about on YouTube is about like 10 years old. So granted, a lot of things change in 10 years. However, seeing as things have shifted to having computers do more of the work than people, I really appreciate that they try very hard to make sure that an actual person is going through these films, restoring them, quality checking them, and if and whenever possible, they're working with people that actually were in these films to properly restore it to the correct condition. This year, I got my first 2 Criterion movies as a Christmas gift for my husband. Let me go get them so I can show them to you. All right, guys, I'm back with my Criterions. So I got Mulholland Drive and Blue Velvet, which are both David Lynch films. I did just say that David Lynch was my favorite director, right? Let me just show this off real quick. So Mulholland Drive is actually a 4K Ultra HD version, which is pretty fancy. And as you can see, the packaging is done amazingly well. I mean, come on. Come on. Doesn't that look so good? So when I got this for Christmas, I immediately watched it right away. This was the first one that I watched. This movie was absolutely gorgeous and stunning when I saw it. They had so many interviews and behind the scenes clips on this particular Criterion. It was absolutely amazing to sit down and watch them all. But instead of sitting here for like an hour and info dumping everything I learned on the Mulholland Drive Criterion, I'm just going to tell you my favorite little thing that I noticed. In one of the interviews with Naomi Watts and David Lynch, I noticed that David Lynch had a little speck of red paint on his pants. And in my head, I thought he's just sitting there in his studio painting, sculpting, and like an assistant or someone walks in and is like, David Lynch, you're at 4 p.m. with the Criterion Network is here to interview you. And I can imagine him being like, ah, shit. I forgot that was today. Get me my sports coat. And immediately tossing it on and like shuffling away to do the interview. I don't know. I have no proof that that happened whatsoever, but I like to think that that happened, you know? It just seems like a very David Lynch thing, you know? Also, okay, let me talk about my Criterion of Blue Velvet for a second. This one is also very beautiful. Let me open it up for you. Oh, I don't think I can show this on stream, actually. Sorry, I can't. The woman inside is not wearing clothes. But there's a pretty bird on the back. Show you the bird. Gorgeous, gorgeous bird. Eating dirty, dirty bug. The Blue Velvet Criterion did have a bunch of special features on it. They did have interviews, but also one of my favorite things about this was there was just like this film reel of a bunch of people goofing around on set, and I loved it. So I'm so happy that I finally started my Criterion collection. These are just 2 of the movies. I am hoping to add more. I still have to hunt down Lost Highway, Inland Empire. I want to, you know, finish all the David Lynch ones before moving on to a different director or something. I hope that me sitting down and talking to you today helped you understand what the Criterion Collection does and kind of helped open your eye to a new collection that you might want to try, or a new premium viewing experience that you can get from maybe your local library or something. Speaking of expensive things you can buy, it's time for the Crybaby Shopping Network.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Crybaby Shopping Network. Get out those credit cards and take out another loan because you have some money and we want you to do some shopping.
Whoa, Crybaby Shopping Network, chill. Okay, chill. Not everyone has money like that to spend, okay?
Alright everyone, today's theme on the Crybaby Shopping Network is movie accurate items.
Yeah, as the big voice in the sky said, we have some movie accurate items that you can actually buy. You know what, guys? Life's been stressful. Wouldn't you say we deserve a spa day? You know what I like to do on my spa days? I like to give myself a manicure. And if you want a stunning manicure just like Legally Blonde's Elle Woods, then I have the color combo for you. If you want a screen-accurate manicure to match the iconic Elle Woods, you're going to want to purchase the shades Funny Bunny and Strawberry Margarita by OPI. Oh, wait! Don't forget to seal it off with OPI's top coat. But I believe you can find most of these colors at Ulta, which is pretty cool. I really like that one's affordable too. I feel like $12, not too bad. Guys, you know what sounds so good right now? A delicious cup of coffee. But we can't have coffee in any boring old mug. In fact, this mug right now could be better. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. You're one of my favorite mugs. I'm totally kidding. I was doing it for the bed. No, please don't be mad at me. Please. Like I said, that mug? Boring. We can do better. Do you want to pair your morning coffee with, I don't know, the power of 3 and the ability to vanquish demons? Well, I have the mug for you. On eBay, you can find the Pottery Barn blue striped coffee mugs that they use on the set of Charmed. And honestly, I was able to find a few different listings for these. For the most part, they're usually around $20 to $30. So if you want to get a kind of niche reference to your favorite show, these mugs are pretty cute, and they definitely don't make them anymore, so you can be all like, it's vintage. It's one of a kind. And who knows, maybe the Charmed ones imbued it with some power to vanquish negativity from your morning. But Cassie, what if I want my morning coffee with a side of Douglas fir trees and mystery? Well, I have the perfect mug for you. I was able to locate the exact mugs that they use in the diner in Twin Peaks. The mugs are by this brand HF Coors, and they are about $33 each. And the thing I like about these mugs a lot is that they are kind of wacky looking. I've never seen like a triangular coffee mug. I mean, I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm sure someone has made one. You want an unusual morning. You don't want to do things the way everybody else does them. You want to do them a different way. I feel like this mug is perfect for that situation. No, I won't elaborate. I don't need to. Let's say you want your morning coffee to be cutesy. Let's say you want your morning coffee to have a little bit of nostalgia in it. Let's say you want your morning coffee to feel magical. I was able to locate these epic coffee mugs, which were used on the set of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I love these mugs. They're adorable. And the cool thing about them is that they come in a variety of different fruits. So you can kind of find your favorite fruit and try to find a little mini set for yourself. I believe the ones that they specifically used on the show were cherry themed, but the ones I'm looking at right now on Etsy are pear themed, and I think that is so cute. These mugs remind me of my childhood. I grew up watching Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Also, I feel like if you were into like a cottagecore aesthetic, that these mugs would look perfect in your kitchen. They are so adorable. Also, I believe they have mugs that look very similar, but like a different shape as well. No matter which one you get, it's still Sabrina the Teenage Witch, you know? You know what I like to do after a long day of painting my nails and drinking lots of coffee? I like to decorate my home. But I don't want just any ordinary artwork, because that's boring, right? No, I want weird art for my weird walls. I want weird art for my weird walls that has weird stuff going on. That's what I want. Then look no further than littlepunkpeople.com. Now, the cool thing about this is one of these paintings was featured in the movie Terrifier 2. If you're a horror fan and you really like gore, you might recognize the style of these paintings. Now, the exact painting that they have in the movie, I don't believe is for sale. However, this is movie accurate art because it's made by the same people, and they have tons of different portraits. Their website is both a shop and a bit like a gallery because you can see all their previous works as well. Like right now, I'm looking at this really stunning portrait of Laura Palmer from Twin Peaks. I really like their art style. It's very Tim Burton and it's so cutesy at the same time. I love how bright the colors they use are. I love that they have paintings of different sizes. They have mini paintings, they have large paintings, they have square paintings, they have circle paintings. They have so many different paintings. I highly suggest you check out the website. All the work on there is absolutely phenomenal. And I feel like one of these days I might want to purchase something for my wall. All right, guys, since we did some, light shopping at the Crybaby Shopping Network, I think it's time to show you some actual things that I bought. It's time for a movie haul. All right, everyone, I'm back, and this is gonna be kind of a big haul, but I just want to preface with saying this was not all one trip. So basically, because I haven't been able to update you guys on the new things I've added to the collection, I wanted to include my past few thrifting trips in this big haul, okay? So let's get started. I got a combo DVD of Misery and Silence of the Lambs, and I just really liked that I was able to get 2 movies that I wanted from my collection in one go. You'll see that I only paid $4.99 for that. I'm like, 2 movies, $4.99. That's pretty awesome. All right, the next one is Candyman. So I really love horror movies, and sometimes when I'm watching horror movies, a good majority of the time, they don't scare me because I've seen so many horror movies. I'm a little bit desensitized to stuff, okay? But Candyman, not only is it a classic, but this is one of those horror movies that did genuinely scare me. There's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons why this movie scared me, but one of them that resonates with me the most is the fact that this woman who was having horrific experiences, right? No one believed her at all, and it is so triggering to watch. But Tony Todd obviously is a horror legend, so I had to add this one to my collection. All right, the next one is boom, Hellraiser, and I got the 20th anniversary edition, which I'm so excited for. I wonder if this has any special features on this that I would enjoy. So I'm really excited. I really enjoyed the way that this movie is filmed, and it's gonna sound so crazy, but it's low-key kind of beautiful the way that it is shot. Also, Pinhead scares me because I have a fear of needles, so he scaled me. In general, this movie had me sitting on the edge of my seat, okay? This movie was so tense that I was so locked in to watching it that I had to add it to the collection. So Hellraiser, horror classic, amazing. Welcome to the Crybaby Cinema collection. The next one I got is, bam, another multi-DVD set. This one is A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare, Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and Freddy vs. Jason. And I have another DVD, which is all of the first 4 movies. So I was like, I gotta get the rest of the movies. I'm so happy to finally kind of complete that collection. The next movie that I got is one of my favorite kind of survival-y horror movies, and that is The Descent. So in this movie, a group of women gets lost in a cave and they have to survive, and then things get pretty crazy. So I really like The Descent. It's really, really good. I like survival horror movies. Anything that revolves around like, oh, we're all stranded in the forest, or ooh, we're all stranded in a cave. Ooh, we got trapped mountain climbing. That stuff really terrifies me. It plays off a very real fear that I have. So I'm so happy to add that to the collection. Now, these two, I'm gonna do these two together. These two together, it's kind of a funny story. So I got Charmed season 3 and Charmed season 4. As you can see, this one, it's a little ripped, still in the plastic. Charmed season 3 was also still in the plastic. And what's crazier is, so when I was at the thrift store, I picked up, you know, Charmed season 3, Charmed season 4, and I walked up to the register and the copies I gave her were not wrapped in plastic. And then she looks at them and she goes, hold on, I'll be right back. She walked away and then she came back. She went, hey, do you want these brand new ones instead? And I was like, and I said, how much? And they were like the same price. And I was like, yeah, then I'll get the new ones, you know? And yes, they are $4.99. I don't know if you can see that. Sorry about my grubby little fingers, but hi, Rose McGowan. Sorry about my grubby little fingers. But yeah, $4.99. Focus on me, please. Focus on me. I'm the star. $4.99. So that's not bad. And they were both wrapped in plastic, but I opened this one because I'm a little gremlin and I really wanted to tear through season 3. So just know that they were both wrapped in plastic. Okay, so the next one is another horror classic. John Carpenter's The Thing. I said that I liked survival horror. Now this is survival supernatural, but like it still, in my opinion, qualifies as like survivalist. So this is a must-see film. This is a must-see film if you are a horror fan. A bunch of researchers in the snow researching stuff. Then something bad happens to another group of people that were researching stuff. Not them, not the original group. And then they stumble across this thing that is killing people. I could do a better job explaining that, but really you just have to watch it. You just have to watch it. You have to watch The Thing. So, funny story, guys. I waited until recently to finally watch Fight Club. I think the reason I didn't watch Fight Club for so long is I took a cinema class like once in high school and like once in college. And both times I had, even though I hadn't seen Fight Club yet, I had 2 film bros try to over-explain Fight Club to me. And it was such an insufferable experience that I put off watching Fight Club for several years. So here's a Crybaby Podcast hot tip. Just let the person watch the movie. Don't over-explain the movie. Just let the person watch the movie. All right? So I finally watched Fight Club, and oh my god, it is so good. I can see why it's a classic, and I'm happy to own a copy. My favorite part is the whole anti-consumerist message in Fight Club. I don't want to go too deep into Fight Club because we have a haul to do, but really loved the absurdity of this. All right, next one. This one's a classic. I gotta get Beetlejuice. I can't believe I didn't have Beetlejuice, but now I do. So everything's good now. This next movie is Superstar, starring Molly Shannon and Will Ferrell. One of the reasons I really like this movie is kind of a stupid personal one. One of my aunts looks exactly like Molly Shannon. So like, Molly Shannon. I don't like my aunt though, but Molly Shannon. Superstar is a coming of age comedy film. And it's all about this girl and her love of dancing and wanting to meet the love of her life. And it's so funny. And I think it's just one of those must-see comedy films. Check this out. The next movie that I got was The Mist. Girl. The Mist is so good, man. The thing I like about this film the most is that it shows like the social aspect of what happens when a disaster happens and how people break off into groups. And I find it very fascinating how people determine who's in control and who's in charge, and how everyone assumes certain roles and how people can easily be divided. It is so fascinating. If you haven't seen The Mist, I highly recommend that you do. The ending of this film is just jaw-dropping. I'm not gonna say anything. It's just jaw-dropping. This stack over here is getting really high, but that's okay because I'm on my last movie. This movie was also brand new in plastic when I picked it up at the thrift store. And the movie is Twister. When I was growing up, I was definitely that weird kid that was obsessed with tornadoes. I know there's people out there are probably going, that's highly specific. And I'm like, trust me, everyone in their life has known a tornado person. Like a person. Everyone in their life has known and or met someone that has been obsessed with tornadoes. It's a canon event, okay? I grew up obsessed with severe weather and stuff. I would get these special issues from like, I don't know if it was National Geographic. It might have been National Geographic. I would get these special National Geographic and science editions of magazines that specifically had to do with like tornadoes, hurricanes, tsunamis, stuff like that. I was just obsessed with weird weather phenomena. I even have, guys, I have a pet tornado. I have a pet tornado on my desk just to prove it to you. I'm still pretty obsessed with weather. I'm pretty freaking fascinated about it. Let's see, can I get the tornado to go on camera? Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay, it wasn't strong, but you get the idea. Also in college, I took a meteorology course, and the only unit I enjoyed of the meteorology class was the severe weather unit. I have a special interest. What can I say? Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the haul. It's huge. I have to go put all of these movies back now. Plot twist. There is one more thing that got added to my collection, and I'm so excited to show it to you guys. This particular item was actually a gift from one of my best friends. My friend Kaz so lovingly added to my collection by gifting this to me. So Kaz, if you're watching, girl, I love you. We have another completed set. We have another completed set in my collection. She got me the remaining seasons of Charmed. I know you're probably like, what's that? When it got sent to me from the store it was ordered in, for some reason, they put tape and like stickers all over the titles and people's faces. I don't know. They might Kwazowski'd all of them. But this is seasons 5 through 8. So she successfully completed my Charmed collection. I'm so happy. So guys, make sure you give Kaz some love in the comments. She's a real one. Guys, thank you so much for joining us for this episode of the Crybaby Cinema Podcast. When I'm not doing the podcast, I go live on Twitch to hang out with my community and play spooky horror games. So please go ahead, drop me a follow over on my Twitch channel. If you want to see what movies I'm watching throughout the week and what I think about them, go ahead and follow my Letterboxd account. If you just want to see me write stupid stuff online, go ahead, follow my Threads account. I hope you guys had a wonderful evening. Me and Dutton are gonna go chill. Have a good one. Bye. Stop, wait. Before the episode ends, I have to give credit where it's due. If you enjoyed the music in this podcast, it was all created by Kevin MacLeod. The specific songs I use will be written in the description. If you need music for your creative projects, visit his website, incompetech.com, for the right musical vibe for your project. Just make sure to credit his work. All right, see you next time.